Hi all, my name is Kshitiz Sharma. If you are coming to this video, then you are looking for a private AI setup for yourself, and I have built one for myself, and I'm also making it available for everybody. And I hope you find this video format useful. And by the time you are done with this video, you will have an understanding of how to use AI safely, how to secure your data, and rather than you going to the different AI models, right, like ChatGPT and Claude and so forth. In this setup, I will tell you that how there's a human being, that is you or me, how I have configured like different AI models around myself, right? So I am the center, the model is not, and then I connect to the models when I want, how I want, and I will just go over that particular piece, and then how I also keep my data secure, right? Okay, so this is TensorPilot. If you download the app, go to tensorpilot.io, and you can head to download. You can download the Mac OS, Intel or ARM, and then you can also have the Linux. For the Windows laptop, we distribute from the Microsoft Store, right? Okay. So once you are here, you will be asked to sign in. It would be your organization, or you can use your own account. You can use Google or Microsoft. And now, once you are here, you will be asked to configure your AI providers. Let's say if you want to use Google Gemini, or you want to use OpenAI, or Anthropic, or Grok, or Perplexity, or OpenRouter, right? You can use any of the models provided by these providers. Let's say I'm gonna create a new key. I'm just gonna create test key, right? Default project. And copy this key. I'm going to go back, paste it. Just keep in mind that when you are getting configuring your API keys, there's a billing account over there, right? It's where you can pay for tokens as you go. Uh, all right, I'm going to click on next, and now you can see that GPT 4.1 mini also showed up. So let's choose that, right, and say next, and you're all set to go. All right. So now we are logged in. Let's kind of first make yourself familiar with the application here. Make sure this TensorPilot is a desktop application. It's not a web app. So I'm just going to go over some of the basic features over here. So this is where you configure all your models, right? So we have multiple providers here. That was in the first part of this video as well, where I showed you Google Gemini, OpenAI, Anthropic, and Perplexity. Once you have provided the API key, then you can select a particular provider and just say hi, right? Now this model is going to provide you a response, right? So yeah, this is like, hi there, welcome to TensorPilot. I'm here to. So now why it is saying that welcome to TensorPilot is because we have this memory on, right? We have a memory feature. So if you want to have a raw memory, right, you can just say hi again, and this time you will see that the response from Gemini would not be about TensorPilot, it would be about you, right? Uh, so we have this memory like toggle on and toggle off, which you will learn more about later, like why this memory is important. Like you have memory created with Gemini or OpenAI as well. So if you want to change, like if you have memory created with OpenAI, then you cannot easily switch to Google Gemini or Claude, right? So over here again, we just said hi, and you can see like when the memory was off, like it was just off, right? And then at that time, it gave me a very very simple response without any context of what TensorPilot is and where it is, right? Okay, so in this you can see that we have a response, right? So how this response is measured is TensorPilot is like a vehicle for you, right? This is like an application, and then you are measured by the number your usage, right? So you pay directly for the tokens to the AI provider, right? The API key, this is going to be built to the API key that you generated, right? So we went to this Google platform, right, over here. And if you go to billing, right, or your usage, right. So over here we can see like I used that particular model, right, 3.1 Pro preview. So I will be able to see the usage over here, and then this cost that I'm seeing associated with the tokens, it will be directly billed to my account, right? And TensorPilot does not charge any markup on this. Like we are not even in that particular data loop at all. It's just an empty vehicle, right? And then you provide this kind of AI or let's say the fuel that you want, right? So you can, let's say now I'm going to change something to, let's say within the conversation, I'm going to change to this to OpenAI, and I'm gonna have it's gonna show me the OpenAI models, right? And I'm gonna say again 5.4 mini higher gain. So now I'm going to get a response back from 5.4 more mini, right? So that way, you can change the context or change the model easily, right? So let's say you have, imagine you have like 100 or length degree conversation, and you can just keep working on this again and again, and then you can change the models anytime, right? And then that will provide you a lot of versatility, right? For example, now let's say I want the Anthropic cloud ones, so I can click on this. I'm gonna generate an API key again here. There's a test key, right? I'm gonna say, hey, add, copy the key, save it to Anthropic, and now just acknowledge this. Okay, and then go back to, I'm gonna change to Anthropic. Now I have access to all these as well. I don't think Mythos or Five is available. Okay, hello, are you there? Right. So yeah, the Mythos might not be available to mail, but let's try for a different one. Let's try something like, so yeah, we will get the 4.0 streaming. Yes, I'm there, right? So I you just saw that within the same conversation, we use top three tier models from three different providers without switching the website. And the best part is all of this hi, and this conversation is just about hi and hello. So there's not a whole lot in there. But let's say now you can bring in a very, very sincere document. Let's say so let's say I have this employee contract, right? So you can upload any files over here. So you can say upload from computer, and it will let you kind of upload, let's say, multiple files at a time, right? So now you have these three different types of file in your system right now. And then you can ask question about it. So let's say I'm going to change it to a OK model. I'm going to say, can you please summarize the above documents, right? So if you were supposed to upload these documents to all these, so first of all, if you were supposed to want a feedback from Gemini, then you need to first of all upload these documents to gemini.com or chatgpt.com or Claude, right? The moment you upload these documents, they become a part of their training data, and then Google has ultimate, knowledge, or they will use your proprietary data to train. But TensorPilot is different. So what happens is that just because you generated these API keys with me, right? So your usage now falls under a different category. So if you were supposed to click on these privacy shields, right, it will take you exactly to describe you the difference between what happens when you use a commercial and a consumer tool. So when you're using directly the cloud APIs, right, the way we are using in TensorPilot, then your usage falls under the enterprise privacy policy. If you use the Claude Free, the Pro and the Pro Max, then it falls under uh, the the consumer policies. And if you were just supposed to just study, like how long do you store my data? How do you train on my data? Is my data used for training? So usually it is used for training. There are things you can turn it off, but it's not, your data is not like completely secure, right? They will, if you can turn off the training, but even after that, I can I feel that they are cutting and splitting and then doing all sorts of things. Maybe Claude or Anthropic is not, but the other AI providers, I can assure you, like if you were supposed to read the OpenAI privacy policies or Perplexity or Grok, I mean, there's a stark difference between all of them. And but if you were supposed to use the commercial customers, right? If you use the APIs, then you are definitely, your data is secure. Your data is not used it will be deleted in 30 days. You can ask them to have a zero GDR. GDR means zero data retention. So that means that they will not be saving your data at all. So if you use the APIs, your data remains safe. They're not used for training. It might be logged for 30 days. You pay by the tokens. You don't have to buy subscription, right? And then your data remains yours, right? And if you use the consumer side, then you need to pay for $20 subscriptions. You need to your context is with them, your data is with them. You don't know what they're doing with it. So I built TensorPilot first for myself. This is a very, very basic overview. TensorPilot, this application is quite deep. I can go on and on. For example, let's say now you want to have GPT 5.4 mini, and then we want to have the Sonnet 4.6. Can you do you all agree with the documents, right? So now we can have all the three work together on the three documents, right? So this is the power of TensorPilot, right? You are bringing the best AIs into your desktop, right? And I have not even talked about the data, right? So all these charts that we are creating them, right? So now you can see we got response from three different providers, and there's a cost to each of them separately. Like for example, Cloud Sonnet costed me 2 cents. 5.4 mini was about 6 basis points, and then Gemini was about 1 cent, right? And then for the total conversation of this hi hello chat, right? It costed me about 6 cents in total, right? So I will not say that TensorPilot is cheap, right? It won't be cheap because what happens is that earlier I used to think it is cheap, but no, it's not cheap. You will be probably end up paying more if you use TensorPilot via the API tokens, right? I'm just talking about the API users, right? TensorByte is free itself. The application is free. I've made it free for 95%. And there's a pro plan, but only limited features are kind of locked down. But I'm just talking about the API cost. You can come to your users dashboard and it will tell you that how much you have used all time, like 1 day, 3 days, 7 days, right? So what ends up happening is that you are working on, you are grinding on your documents a lot. You want the research and everything, and what ends up happening is that you want the best model all the time. So you can also like these responses, so that if you like more than one response, I mean whatever the response you like, all of that would be carried forward to the next question, right? But okay, and then it gave me one definition of TensorPilot. We also have search integrated in there, so you can ask fetch me the latest news from the internet. I'm going to so in this way, yeah, I mean the system, the model went out and then it crossed. It kind of fetched all the important news. I think it's quite less, but you're gonna ask for 10 or 15 different. Like if you can ask it for 20 news items, it will give you 20 news items, right? Let's say if you are a Grok from Elon Musk fan, then we have Grok as well. You can go to Grok 4.3 and you can fetch me uh, the latest tweets from Elon, right? And so Grok 4.3 will have the direct connectivity to X platform. So it will be able to pull that information for you as well. All right. So this is like so all these chats and everything. I'm not storing them in the cloud. Of this information or your local database is stored locally. And this processing, this engine that is working is also working locally, right? It's a desktop app. You have to keep that in mind. So instead of so what happens is when you save the keys, right? These API keys are saved in your keychain. If it will be saved in your Mac OS keychain or Windows credential manager. So your API keys do not leave the platform. They're always it's always stored on your desktop. It's a desktop app. And what happens is that I'm not that there's a local engine instead of having the engine that engine is running on your computer, right? So that connection that's happening directly between you and OpenAI, you and Gemini, you and Grok, right? There's no TensorPilot server in the path, so neither am I proxying the calls for you. The system or the application that they installed, that if you just install, is directly communicating with the AI provider. And these conversations and everything, they are also stored locally. You can even traverse to your application folder, and you can search for SQL DB, and you will see all these conversations. So even if there's a one quick test that you can do. You can switch off your Wi-Fi and kind of refresh the app with Command R, or you can press this button, and then you will see that. You know what? Let's do it. Can I? Yeah, I can. I can. So let's say I'm gonna switch off the Wi-Fi here. Now, technically, you would expect that these charts should be gone, but yeah, I mean they are still here, right? And the reason it's still here is because all these charts are stored locally. If you want to have a backup, so what happens is that some of our users have lost their data because their laptop crashed. Then you can back up your data with us. We ask you to set up a password, so it's triply encrypted. So this is TensorPilot. It's all about data autonomy and being able to use different or different providers uh, across the list. We have a lot of features. We have a studio as well. You can create an image as well here. Let's try a quick image, and you can save this one. I can perhaps improve this one. Or, no, let's make. We have multiple image generators as well. You can use OpenRouter. So if you use OpenRouter, then we'll have all the Chinese labs models as well. You'll have CDANs. We have video generation as well. It's just like, this is pretty cool, right? And then we have the video generation as well. So you can choose to generate a video on this platform. You can generate audio. So let's say if you want to build an audio for your, then you can decide to do an audio as well here. Apart than that, TensorPilot allows agent modes as well. So if you want to use agent mode, you can choose 4.6 or and then any of the Claude models. Turn on your agent mode, and then the agent mode will be able to traverse your files. You don't need to attach them manually. If your agent mode is turned off, then you need to attach them manually. If it's on, you do not need to. So I can ask it, can you explain me? So in this mode, the agent would be autonomously be able to do the job for you. Let's make sure that's what it is. Yeah. So it's cross section on 3.14. So yeah, right. So in this case, yeah, the Pi agent was able to go out and do the research. Now, if you don't want you can just close it off, and then you're back to the normal, right? Uh, right now the charts are not that much, but the system is learning from your charts automatically. Since all of these charts are stored locally, so the system creates memories. So it will be dividing your charts into multiple types. Could be decision, entity, fact, and then you can choose to give preference to a memory or not to, right? And then let's say you want to turn on that memory now, right? So you can ask it, can you remind me, uh, what was the latest news fetched in previous chart, right? So in this case, the system will look into the previous memories. So it will pull the 15 memories, and then it will pass those memories to the AI before moving forward, right? So it's able to give that piece as well now. We have the live mode as well. If you are a live fan, you will be able to run the live models. It will be able to see your screen and talk to you as well about it. That's pretty cool. And then we have the workflows as well. You can create, let's say you are in litigation or you are in research, then, even if you are in construction, right? You can, let's say, load this particular one, and then you can design system prompts around it. So if you were supposed to view it, then there's like this workflow name, right? Then there's a base system prompt, and then there are quick actions. So you can define your own quick actions, and you can load this and just click on these quick actions, and that prompt would be automatically attached to to your main input, right? Okay. Uh, so I can go on and on, right? We have workspace management. You can take export of your data. We do cloud backup. What other features do we have? Let me think. If you are into deep research, then I think the Sonar models are pretty good. Uh, so the Sonar, you can see the Sonar models are being offered in two format. In one, you will see the OR. In the other, you will not see an OR. So the one that is without an OR is the direct connection between TensorPilot and Perplexity. Whereas this one is being routed via OpenRouter. So OpenRouter is one of the provider. If you click on OpenRouter, then you will realize that this is a model aggregator. So if you generate just one API key from OpenRouter, then you will be able to access all the models across all the different providers, including, Gemini, Anthropic, and all of them. You do not need to go and generate separate API keys. You can just generate one and then use it. So for in our case, let's say I go back and I say, okay, perplexity sonar, and I can ask like a deep question. Can you fetch me the last? Turn on your or your memory off. It depends on task to task. Sometimes you want the AI to have context, sometimes you do not. It allows you the option. In this question, I do not, so I'm going to turn it off. Okay, I cannot fetch it for the exact data, but okay, it gave me the. So I think the Sonar models are pretty good in aggregating the information. So you can even find leads from it. Let's say you are a sales rep and you have a IT software, right? So I want, uh, you know, the top tech firms about 1 to 50 size whom I can sell TensorPilot in downtown Toronto, right? And now in this one, I can turn on my, memory. I'll also turn on this TensorPilot guide, right? So that it's appended before my prompt. And then let's see if Sonar is able to get me back the businesses I need, right? So so it's giving me the how to look for it, but I can force it. No, I need to find the exact names of the company and their email, right? Okay, it's being messy over here. Sometimes you need to trick it. I can keep trying over here. We have a bunch of models, Sonar Pro Research, Sonar Deasing Pro. I will let you kind of dig it and then let me know if you are able to get it to find things for you, right? So yeah, this is TensorPilot. It is a secure desktop app. It will help you talk with all the AIs, keep your data safe. You spend only what you use, so you do not need to buy subscription. Like right now, we have spent like 17 cents from the beginning of this video, right? Uh, if you have a small team, you can install this desktop app to each of their laptops. You can generate an API key for them, give it to them, and then you can rate limit them. Let's say you can set like a budget for $20 each person, right? And that way, they will have access to enterprise level AI within like 1 day, right? If you think this was useful for you and you would like to have this, the application is free to download. Please go ahead into the website and download it from here. If you need enterprise level help, or if you need any help, just feel free to comment on this video or reach out to me. If you sign up, you'll definitely receive an email from me, and just hit me back. All right, thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to this channel as well. It really helps us, and let us know if you have any questions in the comments. Thank you.